Okay, this screencast is on creating or formatting a paper for APA. We went through MLA, and MLA is used primarily in the English departments and papers in English. And so you may, if you go on to take one of your literature survey courses like 201 and 202 American Lit, or 203 and 204, which are British Lit, whatever you choose, you may encounter another class that you have to use MLA specifically. But most of your professional writing that you're going to do, especially if you move away from English, is APA style format. And so I kind of wanted to go over the basics of APA and how it's different, and how to set up your paper correctly in APA format. So there are some changes from MLA. And I wanted you to have experience with both types of formatting, so that you could be very versatile, and it wouldn't be something that you would just blow your mind when you go to a different course and you're asked to do something in APA. So the first thing in APA is that every paper of any significant size, and I'm not talking about just writing like a paragraph or two for a class where you had to put something in APA format, but any paper of significant size, an essay of any kind, you're going to have a title page, which is very different from MLA. In MLA, we have a 4 lines paper header that goes on the first page that has your name and your course name and my name, or your instructor's name, and the date formatted properly. But in APA, it's different. It has a cover page, essentially, that is the first page of all major papers. And so the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to make sure that in the upper right hand corner in the header box, you insert the page number, and page numbers start from the cover page. So the cover page is page 1, and then when you actually start your essay, you actually start it on page 2. So remember that you insert the page number, you don't just type it in, or else it will not format. Okay. Now, font wise, you have a little bit more leeway with APA. There's not any hard and fast font for APA, but I always encourage my students to just go ahead and continue to use Times New Roman. It's very versatile. It's a very professional font. It's a serif font. There are some sans serif fonts like Arial and Calibri that you can use, and you use the 11-point version of those. But it's just easier in your mind to just kind of associate Times New Roman 12-point font with the professional writing paper, because you can never really go wrong with Times New Roman. You're like, oh man, I really want to change it up because it's kind of boring. It's professional writing, so just continue to use Times New Roman 12-point font as your overarching font that you use in your professional writing. But always check and make sure that the font of your page number is also a Times New Roman 12-point font, because it automatically defaults when you insert. It automatically defaults to Arial in Google Docs. I'm not really sure. I use Mac, but I've never really paid that much attention to what Mac automatically defaults to. But in Google Drive, and also in Microsoft Word, Works, whatever it is nowadays, Word now, I think it was Works when I started using it way back in the day, it defaults to Arial. So go ahead and make sure that you always change that so that your fonts are consistent throughout. What you're going to want to do after that is you're going to want to come out of that header box, okay? And the top line underneath the header, you're going to want to go down 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I'm double spacing, so I'm automatically, I default my pages to double space because I'm going to double space in my text. you're going to do your title. So it should be centered on the 4th line from the top, from your header box. And you get to use bold this time. I know we're really getting wild, but you bold font your text title. Still using proper capitalization, all of that good stuff. Make sure that you do that. You know, your words like a, and the, if you're using them within a title, they don't get capitalized. Prepositions of less than 5 letters, they do not get capitalized as well. Okay, so proper capitalization, bold face font, and then you're going to come down about 3 lines, 3 double space lines, and you're going to put your 4 lines of identifying information, your name. And technically in APA, they ask you to do first, middle initial, and last. And you can do that. We'll just kind of keep it proper. So first name full, middle name initial, and last name full. Okay. Underneath that, you have your course number and with an identifying tag. So the name of the course is EH101. I've got a colon here, English composition. Okay. Underneath that is your professor's name. And then underneath that, you'll notice this is also a change from MLA, the date that the assignment is due. And so for this first assignment, which is the review that you're going to be writing, you're going to use the date format is the month first, spelled out fully, no abbreviations, the day with a comma, and then the year. Okay, that's all that goes on your title page, and it's the same in whether you're writing a 1-page, 2-page essay to a 20-page research paper. It's going to look like this. Okay, you'll notice that on my second page, or like starting my actual review, my actual essay, I have the page number 2, and I'm starting my text right at the top. Okay, there's nothing in between this, the header, and my text, because I've already handled all of that on my initial cover page. Okay, when you are doing headers within your paper, like for instance, this is the review, and I'm pretty sure that if you haven't already gone through the review screencast and like what it is, it does require you to put up some sections, different sections. You're going to use a bold print to do that. Proper capitalization, left align those section headers. Like I have a section header, what is clam chowder, what makes a good clam chowder, that kind of thing, and you'll see that more in detail in the explanation of writing your review. But if you do use section headers for different sections of your essay, then you're going to want to follow that format, bold, left align that header. Okay, so hopefully this was helpful, and you will use it to kind of transition from MLA to APA for the rest of the papers that you're going to write this term. We will switch back some to MLA in 102, but for the purposes of the rest of this semester, we're going to be using APA style for the rest of our papers.